today we are continuing this website, inshallah. Okay, was this working? Yes, it was. And okay, so today we have this section, and this section quite seems simple, but it has this functionality where we can just click on the buttons and this thing slides over. So inshallah we're going to create this today. So let us do the designing first. Always remember that the designing is first and then we have the functionality. Okay, so after this, after the hero section, let us put the command here, and this is our, let's say, explore menu. Okay, so what are you seeing? Is it a container or a container fluid?
A container.
Container, good. It's a container. Okay, so inside the container, these things, that is this explore menu and view all, are side by side. So what are we going to use, row or flex? What are we going to use in order to make them go side by side?
You have to use flex
Yeah, we can use flex. Why can't we use row? You're right, we have to
because
use flex.
it's like
Yeah,
side by side,
row also does that. Row
horizontal.
also makes them go side by side. So why are we not using row and using flex? Because you are going to use row only when the things are changing on the smaller screen, like the things that are side by side are changing on the smaller screen. Only then you are going to use row. If they're not changing, like for example, if I were to do this, let us see if they are changing or not. Are they changing on the smaller screen? They're not. Even on the smaller screen they're side by side, so that's why we're using flex. On the other hand, let's talk about this this one. So they're side by side on the larger screen, but as we go down they change themselves, like they change itself. So basically here row is being used. So row also makes the things go side by side, but the only difference between row and flex is row makes them change on the smaller screen and flex keeps it as they are. Okay, so if they're not changing we're going to use flex. So they're not changing, so we are going to use flex. So let's say deflex, and they are justified apart. So how can we say, like, how can we make them go apart on the
Uh,
x-axis?
Justify content between.
Yes, good. Justify content between. And now I want to align them on the y-axis. Like I don't want it to be on the top and this one to be on the bottom. I want them to be aligned.
Align items.
Yeah, good. Align items, and then where do we want to align them? Center. Good. Okay, this is what, a heading or a paragraph? A heading. Good. Which heading is it? H2, 3, 1. What is it?
H1.
H2, because this isn't the main heading, it's the subheading. Yeah, so that's why it should be H2. Only main headings are going to be H1s. Yeah. Okay, so okay, on the other side we have this view all button, so, or just a paragraph maybe, or maybe a heading. So H5, and it's going to say view all. And what is the color of this one? Do we have this color in Bootstrap?
No.
No. So what are we going to use? What are we going to do?
Color.
Very good. Carousel, exactly, good. And I want to have this orange color, so click it, it's copied. So in our CSS I'm going to make a div, not a div, sorry, a class that is going to say text orange. Now this is my custom class. Okay, this isn't coming from the Bootstrap. So text orange, and it's going to have the property of color and then this color. But now I want this to be applied no matter what. So which thing I'm going to write after this so it makes it applied no matter what?
Explanation and import.
Good. Exclamation mark and then important. Okay, now in this view all, I'm gonna say class and then text orange. And let's see our website. We are not seeing anything. Let's refresh it. We're still not seeing it. Why is that? Why do you think we're not seeing it? What can be the reason? Why are we not seeing it? Like I can show you, they are present here. Like the heading and the text we have written, they are present here. But why can't we see it?
So is it behind us?
Very good. It's behind the images. But why is it behind the images?
Is it the same as the background?
No.
Position fixed. That's why.
Very good. Because we have applied position, no, not fixed, absolute. We have applied the position of absolute on these images. And when we do the position of absolute, so basically they basically just vanishes from the layout. Like they are present there, but they don't have any width or height to take up. Okay, so yes, when they're changing, you can see that we have this explore menu and this view all. Can you see? Look, let me show you. Inspect, and then we have this. Where is it? Here's the container. Here they are. Okay, but now we want
Is
to.
this where you taught us like the Z index?
Yeah, exactly. Good.
To make
Yes.
it more visible, like
Yes,
yeah.
exactly. So on this container we can use Z3. It's coming from Bootstrap, like Z index of 3, and we need to increase the Z index. Okay, so there's no more than Z3 on in Bootstrap, so that's why we have to use our custom classes. So let's say I'm gonna say more Z with the okay, this is my class more Z, and I'm gonna target it in my CSS. So I'm gonna say dot more Z and Z index of maybe let's say 9 and 9, and it's still not here because now this is one of the important interview questions as well. Z index is not going to be applied unless you have a position applied on that specific element. Is it clear? Like Z index is not going to work unless you have a position, any kind of position applied to that specific element. Okay, so how do we make the Z index work on it?
Give it a position.
Very good, give it a position. And which position are we going to give it?
Absolute.
Think carefully and then answer. If we were to give absolute, it's gonna disturb the layout. We don't want to disturb the layout, so that's why we're gonna give the fixed is also going to disturb the layout. If you are going to give it a very good relative doesn't disturb the layout, and here you go. But we don't want them to be on the top of my images, we want to push them down. So what should we do? What should we do in order to push this down the images?
Do we use margin?
Yeah, I thought of this. Like the first thought would be the margins, right? But there would be a problem. Let's say margin top, and I'm gonna say how much margin top should I give in order to make them go like really down. What was the width of the images? I guess it was 300 or 400 something. Here you go. Okay.
400.
Yes, 400. But if you were to go on the mobile screens, it's still working, but it doesn't look really good. But it's working. I think it's good. Yeah, it works. So let us stay like that. Okay, now we want to spread them apart. Although we use justify content between, so why isn't it working? Because the spelling are wrong. Justify content between yeah. Okay, we want to have more spacing from the top, so we can just give pxl5. What does this mean? pxl5.
Extra large.
Yes, good.
Padding 5.
Good. The padding on extra large I want it to be 5, but on the small screens I want it to be 3. And perfect. Now let's create these. And I'm not gonna do it. You guys have to dictate me every piece of code. So inside the container, which class should I give to these cards in order to make them go side by side? Is it going to be row or is it going to be flex?
Flex.
Flex.
On
Good.
screen पे change हो रहे हैं
No, they're not changing. So
So flex.
flex.
Max.
Good. So what is the class for flex in Bootstrap? What is the class for display flex in Bootstrap?
Deflex.
Very good. Deflex. Now we want to have space between them. So which class are we going to use now?
Gap. Content.
Gap. Justify content is going to justify
Oh,
them.
gap, sorry.
Okay. Gap. Let's say. I think it's 5 is good. I think. Yeah. Okay. So inside this flex, it's just a simple card, and this card is being repeated again and again. So what are we going to do?
make a one card and copy it.
Very good. Just make one card. So let's say I'm gonna use Bootstrap's card. Okay. So card with submarine, and yeah, give some border as well. Border, and for the time being, let's have a border of warning. So inside this we have an image. I can't select it like this. So more tools, developer tools. Let's target this image. No, we can't take it out like this. We have to go to sources, and yeah, so right click, copy image URL, and inside the card we're gonna have a tag of image, paste it, and let's give it a width of maybe, let's say, we are being shown 4 cards. So what should be the width of each card? If you're showing 4 cards on the main page, so what is the width for each card? It's some calculations.
25%.
25%. Good, but 25. Yeah, 25. Let's say 25%. Perfect. Let's see. 25 is, I think, not really good. So maybe let's give it a width of 100%, like the width of its parent. Yeah, it's good now. Okay. Now for the next image. This one? No, this one? Yeah. Okay, before using the next image, we want to give it a heading as well, like here. So turn up the heat. So it is age 5, I think. Turn up the heat. And yeah, we have one card ready. Copy it down. So one. How many cards do we have, by the way?
4.
What about now?
Oh.
Okay, it's basically sliding, so we would have a lot of cards. So let's say maybe 10 cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What's happening here? First tell me about the problem, and then we'll discuss about the solution. What's happening? What
The
is happening?
maintainer has not much space for the
Okay,
10 card.
they don't have much space, but even if we have like let's say 20 cards, they're still gonna shrink up. So what's happening is, when you put flex on something, it makes them go side by side no matter how many elements you have inside it. Okay, it will make them go side by side no matter what, but we want to have them side by side, but we don't want to shrink them. Okay, it's an actual class, in fact it's an actual property in CSS. We don't want to shrink these cards. Okay, is the problem clear? Like they're shrinking up, and we don't want to
Is
shrink
it
them.
possible, like, if we don't shrink them, but can they overflow?
Very good, we have to do exactly that. Very good. So we need to basically make them not go shrink. So first let's look at what we don't want to shrink. We don't want this card to shrink. Okay, so I want to select every card that is inside my file. How do I do that? Like, how do I make them select all at once? What was the shortcut to make them select? Yeah,
Control Shift D.
not D. Control Shift. It was,
Target them all at once?
yeah. What was the
Alright,
shortcut
so-
for that? Control Shift, and there was one other letter.
Control Shift L.
Good. Control Shift L. Okay, now it selects everything, every element that has a class of card. And now we're gonna put a condition, a class that's called flex shrink 0. Okay, what we are saying to Bootstrap is we don't want our cards to shrink up. Okay, like they should take the width they have. So save it, and here you go. Look, now they're overflowing, but they're not shrinking up. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Now we don't want all of the body to be overflown. We just want the container of these cards to have an overflow. Okay, we just want the container that these cards are residing in to have an overflow. So what is the container that these cards are residing in? It's this container. Yes. So we're just gonna say overflow x scroll. So what does this class is going to do? It's going to make the overflow, that is every card that is being overflown from the parent is going to make them scroll on the x-axis. How? Like this.
So while it's scrolling, everything stays the way it is,
Exactly,
right?
exactly, yes.
Okay.
But we don't want to scroll them like this, right? We want to scroll them like this. And who's going to do that for me?
JavaScript.
JavaScript. Perfect. But before that, we need to have these buttons with me. Okay, we want to have these buttons. So let's go inside this container. Okay, this deflex container, and we're going to have this icon. So where are we going to get our icons from?
Bootstrap.
Bootstrap. Good. So Bootstrap icons, and we want to have this forward arrow. So I'm going to say, let's say arrow right. So which arrow are we going to get? It's not here, so it's called chevron. And this one, this one. So this is the chevron right. So paste it, copy it down, and instead of right, let's write left. Now we should have both of these. Yeah, perfect. We have these icons. Okay, now we want to design them like this. Always remember, first we have to do the designing and then comes the functionality. So let's do the design and make them like this exactly. So yeah, let's maybe do inline styling. Okay, or maybe let's say give them a separate class like arrow icons. Okay, this is my custom class, so that I can target it in CSS. So I've given them the class of arrow icons. Let's go to styles.css and target it, arrow dash icons. And first of all, I'm going to give it a width of, let's say, 30 px, height of 30 px, and for the time being, let's give them a background color of red so we can see them where they are. No, width and height doesn't match, although it should match, but it's not matching up. Why is that? Let's maybe give it more width, 40 px. Is it working or not? I think it's not working. Let's give important here as well. So important, and here as well, important. Let's test it out. I think they're not working. The width and height. Okay, it's applied, but it is not working in any way. Why is that? Okay, the problem is, okay, the question is the icons, are icons inline elements or block elements? Are icons inline or block?
Inline.
Inline elements. Width and height properties doesn't work on inline elements. So let's change the display of these elements to block, but they're still not working. Why isn't it working? We have to, okay, this is my icon. Let's do inline styling. Style width to be maybe 100 px. No, it's not working. Okay, the problem may be it's because it's inside this flex. Let's first arrange the alignments of these icons and then we can target the width and height of these icons. Okay, let's focus on first aligning these icons. So I want these icons to be on the left and right side of the container. So how can we make these icons go here and here? How can we do that?
Positions.
Very good. Positions, because we want these icons to move according to their parent. So here's the parent. Let's give the position of relative. It's coming from Bootstrap, relative, and these icons are going to have position of absolute. What happened? Where are the icons now? What happened with the icons? Can you see this red background?
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
behind the cards. So how can we basically get these icons?
Top and
No, they're behind the element. So how can we make them, come up in front?
So do we use the index
Yeah,
again?
exactly. Z index. So now they're outside of their parent, and the width and height is also working. So
Yeah.
the problem was that because they were inside the flex element, so flex was giving them the specific width and height. It's not letting me change the width and height. So that's why it wasn't changing before. Now we want the right one to go all the way to the right side. How can we do that?
like left 0,
Not left zero, right zero.
right
Margin
0,
left?
right 0.
Because now we have the position absolute, we can use right and left. Okay, so
Oh yes.
let's give this one a more specific class. Let's call it right, and let's call this left. So now CSS, I'm going to target my right element, and I'm going to say you have to go to the right side of your parent, and you should be at the 0 position of your parent. Here you go. Now we want them to push from top. Now we want them to be pushed to the top, like 50% from the top. So how can we do that? Top and then 50%. We have pushed them from the top, but they are not exactly in the center. Why is that?
Because the starting point of the element is
Very
at
good, very
50%.
good. Because they have their own height as well. So we want to subtract the height of these elements from themselves. Which property are we going to use? We have used it, like when we want to move the element according to its own self.
Transform.
Transform?
Very good, very good. So we are going to use transform and translate. What do we want to translate on the x-axis or on the y-axis? We want
On
to
the
subtract
Y.
the height.
Y.
Good. Y. So translate y. How much do we want to go up?
50%?
Very good. Negative 50%. So it's going to be dead in the center. Okay.
Yeah.
Similarly, we want to do this for the left one as well. So let's target the left one, and I'm gonna say it's already on the left, so we don't have to use the left property. We just have to push it from the top. So top 50%. It's not going to be in the center because we need to subtract the height of its own element. So let's say transform, translate y, and negative 50%. It's going to be in the center. Perfect. But there's going to be a problem. What is the problem here? First, we have to identify the problem. And what is the problem?
The arrows are moving with the pictures.
They are moving with its parent. We don't want that to happen. So what can we do? At the moment, these icons are inside this flex that has an overflow of scroll. Okay, so that's why these icons are being scrolled along with this parent. We don't want that. So what are we going to do? We are going to move these icons from this point to the upper parent. So just make them go up, not inside this overflow container. Okay, we are not going to put these icons inside the overflow container because this way they're going to move along with its parent, and we don't want that. We want them to be fixed where we want them to be fixed. Okay, so here's the icons like in the upper parent, and this parent is going to have a position of relative because we want our icons to move according to this parent. So position relative, and now let's see if they are moving or not. They're not moving. Is it clear?
Yeah.
but we want this right one to be a little on the left side. So instead of making it go 0, let's say maybe 10%. Not 10% is too much. Maybe let's say 4%. Yeah, I think this one is good. Okay. So now let's make them a little rounded, and then we can make the icons go in the center. So let's say rounded and 3 is too much, 2, yeah, perfect. We don't want to have them the color of red, they should have a color of white, so I'm going to say BG white, and I'm going to have them shadow. Oh no, shadow isn't working good. So let's go towards the website that has the best shadows, and it's called CSS Scan, and we want to have shadows from here. Have I told you guys about this website, CSS Scan and shadows?
I don't think so.
Okay, so basically if you want to have really pretty shadows, there's a website called CSS Scan, and then you can write box shadows. Like I want to have box shadows from this website, and if you were to open it, they have a lot of pretty shadows you can use. Okay, like a lot of shadows. I think we have discussed about this when you guys told me to use this colorful shadow.
बस सर बहुत पे लग गया था शुरू शुरू में किया
Okay, so basically this website is going to give you the shadows. So we want to have a really dark one, thick one, so I think this 10 or this 30 maybe. Let's see, copy it and remove this shadow and apply it inside the arrow icons, like in the both arrows. Perfect. Now we want to have these icons go right in the center of their parent. How can we make them go dead in the center of their parent? How can we do it?
Align items.
Very good, but align items is the property of flex. So first we have to do display.
Flex. Reflex.
Very good, and justify content center, and then
Yeah.
justify content is for x-axis, and then align item center, and they're perfectly in the center. Okay, now let's remove this scroll bar because this doesn't look really good. Now we have a new topic. How can we target scroll bars in CSS? Like now we want to style this scroll bar. Yes, so how can we do that? We can use double colon dash and then webkit. Okay, double colon dash webkit dash scroll bar. What's this going to do is it's going to target this background of this scroll bar. Let me show you how. I'm going to say background color to be red, so you have this red scroll bar. Okay, we can decrease the height, width as well, so I'm going to say height, let's say maybe 3 pixels. Now it's going to have a small height, but the problem is all of the scroll bar has turned red. Let's say I want the thumb of the scroll bar. Now what is the thumb? Let me show you. So first tell me, how can we target scroll bar? Double colons and then
The double column.
yeah,
WebKit.
before the webkit we
Scroll
have
bar.
something else as well. Dash
The dash.
and webkit, and then dash
WebKit dash scroll bar.
scroll bar. This is going to target the scroll bar, but we want to target the thumb of the scroll bar. And what is the thumb of scroll bar? Let me show you. What you seeing, this light grayish thing, it's called thumb of the scroll bar, and what you see behind this thumb is called the actual scroll bar. Okay, so
It's what you move the screen with.
yeah, exactly, the one you select and then you move your mouse. So this is the thumb. Okay, and the pipe that is it's moving in, the pipe behind this this thing, okay, this thumb is called the scroll bar. So if you want to target this specific thing that we grab and move, it's called webkit scroll bar thumb. And let's give it a background color of yellow, just for testing purposes. Okay, see, now we have this yellow thumb and the color of the scroll bar is red, but we want to remove the scroll bar. So what are we going to say? We're going to say we want the width of scroll bar to be 0. So this way you're not going to see scroll bar in your website. Okay, now what do we want to do? We want to, if we were to click on it, we want to move the elements, move the images side by side. Okay, now this is a really fairly simple thing. Let's start with our JS. First of all, we need to locate our container. So this is the main container. Okay, this is the one that is being overflown. So I'm going to give it a class of, let's say, slider. Okay, the main container that is being overflown, I've given it a class of slider, and we have given the classes for icons as well. Yes, right and left. Okay, great. Let's go in our JS. What is the first question we need to ask ourselves when we are doing JavaScript?
Dom.
No. The question we need to ask ourselves. What is the question we need to ask ourselves before applying any functionality? Like, what do we need to? Yeah, what do we need to work on? Good. So let's say let me first disable it. It's already disabled. Next btn is going to be document dot query selector. And what is the name of the right icon? It's dot right. Good. Similarly for the left one as well. So I'm going to say prev btn, like previous button, and then document dot query selector left. Now also we need to work on the slider as well. So let's get the slider here as well. So I'm going to say slider is equals to and document dot query selector slider. Okay. First, let's do the pseudocode. Like let's do the maths on the problem. So what do we want to do when we click on the right icon? What do we want to do?
The scroll the
Very
on the
good.
left.
We need to scroll the slider on the right side.
Left.
Left or right? Right, I think right. Yeah.
Right.
Left or right when we click on the right icon? Yeah, left.
Right.
Sorry, left. We are scrolling the right or left? It's right.
When we click on the right, it slide to the left.
It slides to the left, but we are sliding it to the right. Wait, let me show you what I'm trying to say. Let's remove the width. If we want to go towards the right side, what am I doing? I'm sliding my slider to the right side. If we click on the previous button, I am sliding my slider to the left side.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do we want to do when we click on the right, this next button? We want to slide the slider to the right side of the screen. So it's fairly simple. Let's say I'm going to say next btn dot, and then we want to click on it. So
Add event listener.
very good. Add event listener. Which event listener are we listening for? It's click. Good. So when we click on it, we want our slider to move to slide right. It's really simple. I'm gonna say slider dot, and there's a built-in function that does the sliding for us. It's called scroll by. Okay, it's called scroll by. Like how much do you want to scroll on? It takes two parameters from us, two inputs from us. First thing is how much do we want to move on the x-axis. It's totally up to you. How much do you want to slide when you click on the right icon? Let's say we want to move 250 px, 250. And then the second parameter it takes is what? How much do you want to slide on the y-axis? Do we want to slide on the y-axis or not? No. So it's going to be 0. And that's it. That's totally it. Let's test it out. What's happening here? It's working, but
we should apply the transition.
We can't apply transition on the slide. So we can use one other property. It's a new property. So I'm gonna say let's first target the slider in CSS. I'm gonna say slider, and the property is called scroll behavior. And what scroll behavior do we want? We want to have a smooth scroll behavior. Let's see now. Refresh it. Is it exactly what we want or not?
Yes.
Okay. Now we want to do the same thing on the previous one as well. How can we do it? You have to just see the code and then dictate me. Like it's written, everything is written above. So dictate me, please. So what is the name of the?
Anyone tell me?
What is the name of the previous button? It was
pre-btn,
pre-btn dot
add event listener,
add event listener. And which event listener do we need to listen
click.
for? Good. It's click. Second parameter is a function.
Mm-hmm.
And what do we want to do when we click on the previous button?
The slider dot
Slider dot
scroll by,
scroll by. And how much do we want to scroll by?
like opposite direction,
Very good,
so
in the opposite
minus
direction. So
negative, yeah,
very good,
negative
negative
two,
250. And on the y-axis, how much do we want to scroll?
zero,
0. Good.
zero.
And that's it. Look, it's scrolling, and when we reach the end, it stops. And if you were to go back, we can just click on this, and that's it. Any questions?
No.
Are you sure? There are no questions. There are no questions, then that's really good. And for the assignments, I'm not going to give you any assignments for today, tomorrow, or for Sunday, but I am going to give you assignments for the next week, and I want to have those assignments, okay, because I need to check your progress, and doing those
Okay,
assignments
sir.
is really important, okay. It's just for the practice. There is no assignment, but you have to practice what we did, and inshallah tomorrow we're going to go towards the next section, and hopefully, yeah, there isn't much left. I think we have 4 sections on this page, and then we have another page as well. So we would have a lot of learning, but you have to do it as I'm doing it. So okay, you have to practice it with me. So if there are no questions, you guys can leave, and inshallah we'll have a meeting tomorrow.
Okay, sir. Thank you a
All
lot.
right.
Okay,
Allah
thank you,
Hafiz.
Hafiz.
Inshallah.